Hey, and welcome to Cryptology for You, the channel that's not even about cryptology at all, but all about cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, we're going to take a look at exactly what not to do when a bot turns red. A Kucoin Grid Bot, of course. I'm your host, Paulie D, and well, let's take a look at a bot that I just did. And if you see my other videos, you can actually check this exact bot, and it went red. But before we get into it, I've just got to repeat this. This is not financial advice. This is 100% for education or entertainment, depending which way you look at it. Even though I was 100% on the mark, doesn't mean that this is anything to do with financial advice at all. Do your own research. So after about 24 hours of my GLMR, my Glimmer, my Moonbeam bot, after it had started, it went down. There was quite the crash in the market. And here you can see we're down about $4.83, 84 cents. It's not a lot, I get it. It's 4.5% down. But it's not great, is it? It's red. This isn't good. But we did have some grid profits, so we have had some arbitrages, and you can check there. We've got 56 arbitrages there in that last 24 hours, with a total of 64 over our 1 day, 5 hours and 15 minutes. A grid bot is ever so slightly less risky than buying outright, and I'm about to show you why. And maybe you could feel a little bit safer by actually starting a grid bot. In my previous videos, I have mentioned that buying outright is far more profitable, but I didn't mention that buying outright is far more risky. And, well, I'm going to show you that, so let's do the math. Taking a look at my Glimmer bot there with its $4.83 gone, if I had bought $108 worth, I would have bought 27.727 GLMR. Now, that's fine. The bot won't have bought that many. The bot buys about half of that, and the other half will still be USDT. If I was to sell that 27 GLMR right now at this 3.5619, I would only have $98.76. That's down from my 108. That's not so good. But instead, of course, I'm only down this 4.48% instead of 8.55% because I've bought in a bot. So you can see I'm almost twice as less risky. So now maybe you can begin to see that this is why it's a little bit safer. Let's look at one of my other bots right now. This is Rose, and I've had this bot for now 77 days, well actually over by the time I made this video, but it's also in a pretty red state right now. Should I just be stopping it? No, you shouldn't be. But again, let's look at this. I'm $8.70 down pretty much. I've been sort of working it pretty hard. It's at $16.10 profit. That's not that bad. Of course, I've also had quite a few arbitrages because it's 70 odd days old. There's been 1,258 arbitrages over that time, which is actually the reason I'm not doing as bad as what I could be. Because once again, let's do that math. So if I had bought Rose back at the time when it was about 30 cents, I would have bought 342.8 Rose. And if I was to look at it right now at its current price at the 23.5 cent mark, I'd only have worth about $80, about 81 at the most. So it's a lot less than my 104 that I bought in. But because I've been having these grid profits, instead, my Rosebot is down by 8.3% instead of 22.5%. Once again, you can see this is the safer option. It is also 77 days in, but I plan on keeping it going a little bit longer yet. Things didn't get any better. In fact, they got a lot worse. Had you listened to me at the time that I made the video, right at this point, after 1 day, 13 hours and 33 minutes, you would be down by 7%. Uh-oh. But this isn't the way to look at it. If you look at it at that you're about to go, oh my, I've lost everything, then you didn't follow my simple instructions in the tutorial. The simple instructions suggest you buy a coin that is going to hold its value and at least appreciate a little bit. The other thing that you're not really looking into is this part down here. This is the number of grids. So I have 21 buys and 49 sells. When I first started it, I had 35 buys and 35 sells. That means that I had enough grids there to buy 35 times or sell 35 times. But right now, I've actually bought more. What I've really done is DCA'd. I've dollar cost averaged all the way down from 35 to 21 grids. So now I actually have more GLMR and I have more to sell when it goes back up in value. If you keep selling at the first hint of red, you're going to keep losing. The only way you can lose is if you power off this bot and you cash in. You're not losing while the bot is still running. In fact, while it's still running, you're making grids. Look, I only made 74 cents by this time, but it's still 83% over a year. That's if it keeps going at that particular rate. It seems pretty plausible. But wait. That's exactly what I'm suggesting you do, is wait. So don't freak out whatever you do, because things could happen. They could just come back, you know. It doesn't seem likely, does it, at 7% down? Oh, it was so awful. But this is the very next day. Same bot. 100% the same bot. This is my GLMR bot, and you can return that video a little bit and you can see it. This is the identical bot that I started in the tutorial, and it is now 4.7% up. Seems different, doesn't it? You can see in the screen behind me, this is GLMR's trading view, and you can see there that its current price is $4.20. That was taken a little while ago, and I had 140 arbitrages all up in these 2 days, 13 hours and 17 minutes, with 61 of them happening in the last 24 hours. This is the advantage of that volatility. The more arbitrages you get, the better your grid profits. My grid profit was 83% in that previous slide, and now you can see it's at 170%, which is getting a lot better, isn't it? And this is what you were after. You wanted profits. But should I stop it now? Expect it to go up and down. We picked a volatile coin. It's probably down right now as I'm doing this video, and it will be back up again before the end of you watching it. But who knows? You just have to play it out. The grid bot is your safer option. It doesn't matter how many times I say it and how good this grid bot was looking. Just do your own research, because they don't always return so quickly. One day was pretty quick for this GLMR bot, but I had done my research. And look, it's probably going to go up and down a little bit more before I stop it, and I'm going to make another video on stopping this bot eventually, so just keep an eye out for that one too. But you still need to do your own research. Don't copy anyone. If you took GLMR right now, you probably wouldn't even look close to what this is going to be going for. So don't copy. Do your own research, get your own coin, because that is the way you're going to make the best out of this grid bot. Use the grid bots to your advantage. Look, in conclusion, the grid bots are a safer option. Yeah, I would have made more money in one day if I had just bought GLMR outright and sold it. You can look at the previous video to see how that works. But I'm actually happier with the grid bot. It's a safer option. I can keep it going for a lot longer, and I can make some profits on the grid. It's just like interest, but a little different. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you're going to subscribe to this channel, and then you're going to like this video and you're going to share it with some friends. They want to learn how to use these grid bots and not sell them at the first sniff of red. I've been your host, Paulie D, and I've enjoyed this video, and maybe you did too, because perhaps you should look at those links below in the comments and start using them. I've checked them and they are good. There are some addresses down there too if you felt the need to give me some of that extra coin you've made, but that's totally optional, and I'd be happy of course, but your choice. We'll see you in the next video.